behind.
Go ahead.
What happened?
It's good. It's good.
Started, boy. Play it.
They will literally send dozens of attack helicopters and over 100 special forces and Delta operators just to bring one person home. The mission started when an aircraft went down. After both crew members ejected, the pilot was successfully extracted, but the weapons systems officer was injured and stranded. His survival training instantly kicked in. He trekked all the way up to a rugged mountainous ridge and activated his beacon, just as IRGC militias began closing in on the crash site.
Now look, you gotta remember. Look, back in the days, this would
They knew where that motherfucker was right from the jump.
Back in the days,
before he
this wouldn't
activated the
happen.
beacon.
Right, exactly. So back in the days, this wouldn't happen. What they would have had? They would have had wires, fucking big ass antennas, and nah. You ain't gonna be able to tap in. Nowadays, they got this technology. That's why you feel me. You can't be everybody be hating on.
Well, I don't know. I think the technology still
Nah.
uses the same thing. I think
No,
it's
it's not.
it's still a
No,
wire.
it's not.
No, it is.
No,
It is.
it's not. You're
It's
gonna see in this video. You're gonna see in this video.
It's a high frequency fucking long wave antenna.
Yeah, but
is
it's
probably what
more,
they put
it's
out.
more, it's more different.
It's more
than back in the
advanced,
day.
but it's still like our receival capabilities from our transmission. They still gonna send them out with like the same shit, but we're able to pick it up better. We're able to get that communication
That's what I'm
through
saying.
satellites.
That's
and shit, you know?
exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, that's
But it's
exactly
crazy
what I'm
that
saying.
they're probably using the still the same the wireframe antenna with the fucking long range frequency
but see,
fucking
look,
long range
nowadays-
frequency amplifiers.
Nowadays, you can just grab something and bop, and then they know where you at. Like it's different than back in the day.
Not in other countries though, bro.
Think about
They
it,
ain't
bro.
got cell towers. We
Think
got cell
about-
towers. They don't
I
got cell
know.
towers like we do over
I'm
there.
talking about us, not them. I'm talking about us.
No, right, but over where they're at is what I'm saying. Like, no, you're right. You're
Yeah,
100%
but we got
right.
shit. We got shit in the air. Like
Mhm.
everybody has an emergency something on them. Back in the days, there'll be a motherfucker with a radio on them, then another motherfucker with an
Yep.
antenna, then another motherfucker. He'll have the motherfucking.
Well,
You know what I mean?
your
The
communication
motherfucker that calls
specialist.
it in. So with the motherfucker that calls it in, you got a motherfucker over here with an antenna. You got a motherfucker over
That
here
boy
with the
turned from a
radio.
weapon specialist to a communications specialist. Real
That's
fucking
what I'm
quick, though.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Nowadays, you probably only got one thing. Brrr. All right, we over here. Like, watch. Let's tap in.
CIA was one step ahead. They initiated a
I
massive
love our
deception
technology. Our
tactic,
technology is
a
crazy.
ruse designed to make the
That shit
IRGC
crazy.
search entirely the wrong location. When the enemy forces finally realized they had been tricked, all hell broke loose. They swarmed the mountainous ridge surrounding the injured officer. Just in time, special forces swooped in on Little Bird helicopters, laying down heavy covering fire alongside A-10 Thunderbolts and MQ-9 Reaper drones. But as they moved toward the extraction point, everything went wrong, proving the military is willing to burn a $100 million aircraft just to save a single fallen comrade. This is stage one. When the jet went down, both crew members ejected. The pilot was recovered within hours, but the weapons systems officer wasn't so lucky. Wounded from the ejection, he landed in an incredibly rugged mountainous region. Look at the map here. This is the crash site. And this is exactly where his survival training kicked in. His immediate objective? Get to higher ground. Despite his injuries, he hiked over 2 miles and scaled a 7,000-foot ridge line.
Yes,
While
sir.
dodging capture, he managed
Shout
to
out our
trigger
US
his emergency
military.
beacon, pinning U.S. forces so they could begin tracking his location. But he couldn't just stay on the radio. His communication had to be sporadic. If
See
he
what I'm
transmitted
saying?
too often,
Like, it's different nowadays. You know what I mean?
No, but did you hear what he said though? It's still the same shit though, because he said like
No, I'm saying,
he
but
has
see,
to
back
be
in the days-
sporadic and he has to be on the move. He's still fucking using the same shit. that
Yes,
he used.
but see, back in the days, they would have already done caught, intercept, and went up over there. Back in the days, it's kind of hard for them to intercept because they're throwing them off with the other shit in the air. You give them like watch.
the IRGC's signals intelligence teams who were actively hunting his frequency would pinpoint his exact coordinates. Then comes stage 2, the CIA's deception game. To buy the downed officer time, the CIA launched a massive disinformation campaign inside Iran. They started leaking rumors that U.S. forces had already found the WSO and were attempting to smuggle him out on the ground. It worked perfectly. This phantom ground exfiltration successfully diverted Iranian military resources and attention completely away from the actual extraction site.
Zagros
That brings
Mountain.
us to stage 3,
The Zagros.
the tip of the spear. It's 2:00 a.m. The skies over southern Isfahan and Kogiluyu are usually dead silent. But tonight, the U.S. military's most elite operators, the Delta Force and Navy SEAL Team 6, are launching a massive heliborne assault. They arrive in MH-6 Little Bird helicopters, absolutely armed to the teeth with miniguns and missiles, built for agility and tight mountain corners. Supporting them are the MH-60 Black Hawks or Pave Hawks, designed to drop in special forces and pull them out. And they weren't alone. Miles above the pitch-black mountains, dozens of U.S. military aircraft, including HC-130J Combat Kings and EA-18 Growlers, cast an invisible net over the region.
15 growlers,
They
man. Them
unleashed a
bitches
storm
are
of
fucking
electronic
crazy.
warfare designed to completely blind Iranian early warning radars, all while an MQ-9 Reaper drone kept an unblinking eye on the wounded WSO. Stage 4, and this is the crazy part.
Did you hear what he said? He said the motherfucking the UAV was
I
over there
don't-
keeping an eye on bro.
Had eyes on them the whole time. Well, yeah, that's the first thing to do is establish
Like the
comms communication,
technology
and then
is
and
different.
Then, yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It's different.
Nah, it's way different now.
Back in the days, it would have been like Lone Survivor. You feel
Yeah,
me? It
you
would
been
have
by
been like
yourself,
that.
bro.
Like motherfucker,
Better been on
you
his
better
ass.
hope you run into a motherfucker that's cool. Like if not, it's a wrap.
it's a
For
wrap,
real,
boy.
it's a
Yeah.
wrap.
part.
Cut
The
that.
U.S. literally set up a temporary forward operating base inside Iran. They seized an abandoned agricultural airstrip, just 200 feet wide and 3,900 feet long, located about 14 miles north of Shireza city in the southern Isfahan province. They turned an empty Iranian field into a U.S. staging ground. Here comes Stage 5. Despite the odds, U.S. Special Forces successfully in helicopters navigated the jagged landscape
Bro,
below
pause
radar
that for a
level and
second. You
reached
hear
their
that?
objective, establishing a defense.
Bro, we rode up in their country. We laid down some fucking planes on one of their fucking their Iranian fucking airstrips, but we laid our shit down, boy. And we was just like, yeah, we placing shit here for a second while we
And-
come fuck you up real quick. You feel me?
And
Let me
remember-
just set this shit on your fucking country soil, boy, while we go steal or get our pilot back on your soil. Come here and kill a bunch of people. Boy, we use their airstrip, bro. That's insult to injury right there.
Not just that, we got motherfuckers on the outside like, you really like pull up, try to pull up, bitch.
Just do it. Just do it.
Bro, we got so much shit, bro. It's crazy, bro.
And nobody can fuck with us, brother.
Press pause. Go ahead, play it.
Uh-huh.
defensive perimeter around the wounded WSO. But time was up. Just as they prepared to grab him and get out, the horizon started moving. IRGC ground forces, popular mobilization units, and local militias were rapidly converging on their exact location. What happened next was an absolute slugfest. A massive hours-long firefight erupted right in the middle of the day. Look at this ridge, they were surrounded, taking fire from all sides. U.S. operators laid down a withering wall of suppressive fire. The commandos locked down a 360-degree defensive perimeter, guns up, air cover overhead, designed to annihilate any IRGC element that stepped within range. But it was the loitering U.S. aircraft overhead that truly tipped the scales. To keep the extraction corridor from collapsing, American air power continuously hammered the advancing Iranian units. Assets like the A-10 Thunderbolt rained hellfire down. The sheer volume of
My
close
two
air
favorite
support
planes
from the
right there,
A-10
AC-130 and the
Bluebirds
fucking
Blackhawks
A-10 were
pounded the
on.
surrounding Iranian positions, taking a heavy toll and resulting in reported casualties across areas like
Bro, this some Call
Qusayr
of Duty shit, bro.
Kaken.
Motherfuckers really out there really
That air-
handling business.
Mama, boy, that's how they vote. But people
They
think that
out
that was
there.
just a game. They see Call of Duty, they think it's just a game. No, bro, the shit that they was showing you back in Call of Duty is the shit that we been had. And now just imagine how much of our advancements and shit, like you were saying earlier. Think about our weapon technologies and shit, bro.
It's different.
We advanced hella shit on our like yeah, we probably got shit that can communicate quickly, but our weapons, boy, we put
Anything, bro,
hella
Anything we do, is
hella
better.
money.
Anything we do is
Everything we do is better, bro. Are you kidding me? USA, baby, USA. Feel me? I'm not trying to sound like a fucking like a crazy ass fucking Appalachian redneck. Shout out to my people because I love, but for real, bro, you cannot fuck with this fucking country, bro. I'm telling you. Like he said, he told Iran. He said, "Listen here, motherfuckers. I've given you 10 days, actually 11 days, okay? Figure out what the fuck you want to do or I'm going to wipe your fucking country out, bro." And them bitches agreed. They said, please, 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 wait.
Nobody said
Wait.
me 2 weeks.
That boy said, hold on, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. That boy was scared shitless. Did not that boy. The moment Donald Trump said we might see a civilization wiped off the fucking off the map today, boy,
That was crazy. That
bro.
was crazy.
That's big dick energy right there. That boy walked in the fucking he walked in the
He was
locker
about
room
to
and that
tell
was
he was
it.
about to tell them niggas look out the window. He was about to say, look out the
Right.
window. man.
Hey, bro,
Look out
watch
the
for this
window."
mushroom. Watch. He like, you like mushrooms? You gotta eat mushrooms out there, boy. I got one for you here. Watch.
We're gonna say, look at the sky. We're gonna look like Canada. boy."
Hey, that bitch gonna be that bitch gonna be a fucking glass sheet with the
You know,
fucking heat from that new.
the Northern Lights in Canada, it's gonna look like that, bitch.
We're gonna be like, it's so pretty.
Make sure you get that on camera too.
Inshallah,
Fireproof.
assalamu alaikum. That boy be died, but that boy be fucking
Put that
dead.
camera on
bro.
fireproof, man. Put that bitch in the. I want to see that, boy. Like
Right, put that GoPro on for sure. I know that bitch got some heat fucking resistance.
it's
wanna
and
see
you got to
that.
think about it too. It's different because everybody's getting this news. It's just so easy just to open up your phone and be like, oh, this was happening over here. This is happening over here. This is happening. Like everything's
Nah,
so
it's
like
real.
right there. Back in the days, like the Iraq and all that shit. Nobody really they only knew if you was like actually into that shit. If you wasn't
Right.
into that shit, you didn't know shit about it. All you knew is 9/11 and some bullshit over here. If you really like, I was digging into that shit, motherfucker. I was over here fucking. I had the Osama book. I got you, man. I got shit. I'm over here fucking tapping. I always been into that type of shit. Like Osama, the motherfucker was over there chilling in Pakistan. Pakistan is one of our allies. Like what? Like what the fuck you doing over there, bruh? He over there chilling in Pakistan. Pakistan, they over there. You feel me? Here, cash me out. And you gotta
That's why it
remember.
blows my mind that we're trusting fucking these countries that we fucking.
you
Well, I
gotta
mean, but
remember-
because we ended wars, because Trump did end wars, bro. He fucking ended.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he got Pakistan. He got country. I mean, bro, he got all the fucking. He stopped 8 wars since he's been in office.
No, he stopped. He stopped
7 or
before.
8. 7 or 8 wars, bro.
Yeah, nah,
That fool
yeah,
stopped.
He stopped.
And now look at the Middle East. The Middle East, bro, we love Trump. We love Trump. I love Trump. I love Trump. But them motherfuckers love him for some reason. But yet all these fucking leftists and these little fucking whatever you want to fucking call it, boy, libtards, whatever, not conservatives, because I fuck my conservatives and shit like that. But because you feel me, they got some good ideas. But you fucking leftist libtards are fucking retarded, bro. I'm telling you. Bro, this man has done nothing but do what he say he gonna do since he been in office. Since that motherfucker touched down, first thing he said, let's get some shit done. Feel me? How the fuck can you hate a motherfucker that does what he says he's gonna do, but praise a motherfucker that literally tells you he's gonna do one thing and fucking does the complete opposite? He spends millions and billions. Bro, come on.
Man, I didn't even know. To be honest, I didn't even know Osama spent that much on him until Trump pulled it out. I was like, "What? He did that much? What the fuck?" I didn't even
China,
know
the
about
boy
that.
out there. Boy, unite the Middle East.
I didn't even know about that. I'm like, "What?"
50 years we've been trying to do that shit. Each president been trying to do that shit, bro. 50
Trump said,
years.
Nah, I'm not going.
He said, nah, I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna pull out, bro. Then let's see what y'all want to do. What do y'all want to do?
He said either we can talk this out or you can walk it out.
He said it's gonna take y'all 30 years to rebuild y'all shit. What y'all want to do, bro? We can wipe this bitch out right now.
Yeah, we can light this candle, boy.
God, 30 years to fix your shit. That's crazy.
30 years, bro. 30 years, bro.
And that's talking power and everything.
He said, bro, I don't give a fuck if y'all standing out there. I don't give a fuck if your daughter out there.
That boy said, how much you want to lose?
He said,
That's his real question. He said, how much you want to lose?
Bro, he said civilization, and all the Iranians went over there, like the civilians, they all went and protested in front of the power plant and the bridges.
Right.
And Trump said, did y'all not hear what he said? He said civilization. He does not give a fuck if y'all standing out there.
That boy said, we going to wipe a civilization off the map.
Oh, I don't
That
mean to
boy
laugh.
moving like a G.
I don't mean to laugh, but goddamn.
He said, what you say? Speak up. I can't hear you, man. Shut up. About to wipe and
That's the
glass
thing
your
that-
planet, boy.
That's the thing I don't get. I'm like, bruh, he said civilization, so I don't know why the fuck y'all standing there. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all.
That boy, right? But I don't give a fuck. Why you still in that country? You need to leave now, but.
That boy
At Air
crazy.
Support bought the ground teams the one
That boy,
thing they needed most.
I love
seconds.
Trump. I ain't gonna lie. That
Oh,
boy
yeah, but
funny
look,
as hell.
you seen how everybody went under the radars and shit? Cause Iran, they got the fucking the radars and shit that they could dictate fucking if there's helicopters or anything in the area. So that's why they were low. You feel
Right.
me? They was over there tapping in, and they over here rescuing, bro. While they over there, they got the whole perimeter locked off, and they just
They're
throwing
like, we
bro
gonna
in the-
find
in
this
the chopper
motherfucker,
right now.
but meanwhile, they already
Under
got
the
him in the
umbrella
plane,
of
boy.
that intense air cover, the Special Forces helicopters finally managed to load the wounded WSO onto an extraction bird. Just when it seemed like they were
And
in
they're
the
still in
clear,
Iran right
things
here
went
chilling.
terribly wrong back
Waiting
at the
for bro.
makeshift landing strip near Shareza City. According to the Pentagon, 2 of the transport aircraft
Makeshift landing
slated for the
strip.
evacuation suffered
They
critical
just chilling,
issues
waiting
and
for them to
couldn't
pull
take
up.
off. Suddenly, it was a race against time. The IRGC was speeding toward the airstrip in a massive convoy. Commanders decided to send 3 more aircraft to rescue all U.S. military personnel and the pilot.
Oh,
Then,
shit.
in a
Started
scorched
getting
earth
funky.
move, U.S. forces blew up the 2 disabled transport planes, leaving
Ooh.
nothing but charred remains for the IRGC.
Okay.
The wreckage of a USM H-6 Little Bird helicopter was also spotted next to the remains of HC-130J Combat King 2 rescue aircraft that were destroyed by U.S. airstrikes to prevent secret military data from falling into IRGC hands. But how did all of this actually started? The Zagros Mountains, Kermanshah Province, near the Iran-Iraq
That boy
border.
said the
This
third.
terrain is
Did you see
characterized
that
by
nigga? Hey,
jagged peaks
boy.
and deep, narrow
That boy
valleys.
retarded.
It is a tactical nightmare for aviators, but provides
Ooh, look at that boy
excellent
chilling
terrain
in that
masking
mountain.
to hide
Boy,
from long-range
Don't
radar.
play with us.
However, it also allows enemy forces to set up devastating short-range anti-aircraft ambushes.
That
But
don't
how
mean
did the
shit, we
U.S.
pulling
lose
up.
an F-15
We're
E-Strike
outta
Eagle,
there.
an A-10
Fuck 'em
Warthog,
outta
and
here,
nearly
bitch.
a combat search and rescue team helicopter and a Reaper drone in a single night? Well, this is how it started
Man, they
at
got-
2:15
well, that's
hours.
money right there.
A flight of 2 F-15 E-Strike Eagles crosses
have
the
money to
border
have
at
them
low
boys out.
altitude. A pilot and a weapons system officer were flying their target,
Look,
a
he
deeply
chilling.
buried command bunker.
I
They used
salute them
terrain-following
motherfuckers,
radar
bro.
to
Them
hide in the
motherfuckers-
valleys, staying beneath the
motherfuckers,
gaze of
bro.
Iran
That's the art of
long-range
war,
Braver
bro. Look, we didn't gotta
373
put no
missile
boots on the
network.
ground. Like, come on.
But what happens when they have to
We ain't got to
strike?
step foot in them motherfuckers. We
To
just-
drop its GBU-28 bunker buster, the
What?
lead strike
Oh,
Eagle
boy,
has
they
to
put
pull up and
bunker
move above the
busters?
mountains. This is breaking the radar horizon. In a gorge below, highly mobile, Tor M1's surface-to-air missile system is waiting. It achieves a lock, and 2 missiles leave the rails. The pilot dumps flares and pulls high GS. 1 missile is spoofed. But could they evade the second? Well, the second missile detonates on proximity, causing catastrophic hydraulic failure. The crew ejects into the pitch-black mountains, and the Sandy Protocol is immediately activated. But this is the U.S. military, and they will move heaven on earth to rescue
Hold
a
on, boy,
fallen
hold on. My
combat.
shit fucked up, boy. Fucking do the fucking stupid fucking
At
shit.
2:45 hours in the
Start
morning,
over with the fucking-
Because the crash is near the border, a 10 Thunderbolt
Yeah, you see me leave. Don't start it. Go play it.
2 operating nearby are diverted for resort, also called rescue escort. Down below, Iranian quick reaction forces are closing in on the downed airmen. The lead at 10 executes a low-level strafing run with its legendary 30mm Avenger cannon, neutralizing the convoy.
Very nice.
But how did this
Fuck outta
aggressive
here.
maneuver come at a cost? The
I
noise
don't
and
see why-
tracers give away its
They even
position.
want to stand up.
As the
Like,
A-10 banks
bro,
hard,
you got a
bleeding off
fucking
airspeed.
truck. What the fuck is
For
that?
context, Iran recently flooded the
That boy said,
battlefield
"Inshallah,
with these
boy."
Chinese shoulder-fired missiles, weapons that are essentially reverse-engineered clones of Russian Manpad. The Iranian soldier fires a Mossad-2 infrared guided missile. At this altitude, countermeasures deploy too late. The missile shreds the right turbofan engine. But can the Warthog's legendary armor save it? Yes, the armor did save it from this missile launcher as it
Let's
flew
go.
even with a damaged engine. Because of the
Fuck with the
armor, the
fucking
pilot
Warthog.
managed to
It's
point
my
the downed
favorite
jet to
plane.
a plateau and punches out. But just how many crash sites are we looking at? The F-15E crashed deep inside southwestern Iran.
Oh shit.
Specifically, local reports and verified wreckage photos place the crash site in the rugged mountainous terrain of the Khojaly and Boyer Almat province. While
Yeah,
the
but they
A-10
trying to get our
Warthog
technology.
did not go down over the Iranian
Can't.
mainland.
We too ahead.
After taking heavy damage during the
They in the
search
Stone
and
Age.
rescue escort mission, the pilot managed to navigate the crippled jet away from the mountains
barely
and
got
towards
cars.
safer airspace. The rugged battle damaged A-10 eventually crashed in the southern waters of the Persian Gulf, specifically near the Strait of Hormuz.
Oh, fuck.
Now this at 3:15 hours.
Oh,
A dedicated combat search and rescue package launches. These are highly trained rescue units built for this type of rescue mission. It includes an HC-130J combat cable. This acts as the airborne command center, followed by two HC-60D helicopters, call signs Pedro 11 and Pedro 12. They fly under the radar, topping off their fuel in midair to maximize loiter time. But will they
Man,
make
they
it
over
into
there putting in
hostile
fuel, nigga.
territory
Come on, don't fuck
undetected?
with us, bro. We ain't fucking
Well, they push
Russian.
deep into
Ain't
the
gonna break
Zagros
down,
Mountains
bitch.
just as dawn approaches.
Yeah, bro, these motherfuckers have zip lines. They
4:45
pick up.
hours.
They pick up
Fuck
soldiers.
you
Pedro
talking
11
about,
locates
nigga?
the A-10
is
pilot's
not
infrared
Russia.
strobe.
We ain't gonna
Pedro
break
12
down, bitch.
circles above, providing overwatch with its 50 caliber
Russia over there
machine
breaking
guns.
down in tanks. Man, get the
Pedro 11 flares for landing, and the Ps hit the dirt to secure the pilot. Then this happened to hidden Iranian Zu-23. A Soviet-era anti-aircraft gun opens fire from a concealed hideout. It's an ambush. Heavy armor-piercing rounds tear through Pedro 12 as it orbits, resulting in severed transmission lines and an injured crew. The pilot wrestles the crippled chopper
Okay,
into a
we're on
hard
war.
controlled crash near Pedro 11. The rescue mission is now a fight for survival, and Pedro 11 is the only way home. Under heavy covering fire, the crew of the downed chopper sprints to the surviving bird. But how did they stop the enemy
Alright, I got
barrage?
some shit, okay.
Then at 5:02 hours, the C-130 overhead coordinates an immediate strike. Two F-35 stealth fighter jet loitering high above in stealth overwatch drop precision munitions, silencing the anti-aircraft gun.
Yes, sir.
With the A-10 pilot, the PJ, and the crash chopper's crew crammed inside, Pedro 11 is maxed out on weight.
Gang, gang.
But how do you fly an overloaded helicopter escape the Zagros Mountain? This is how they do it. Pulling maximum power, the engines screaming, they barely clear the tree line and dive back into the valleys, racing for the border. By 5:30 in the morning, Pedro 11 crossed back into Iraqi airspace.
Iraq. You know
Battered,
what we doing, we take
overloaded,
over
but
Iraq.
alive.
Fuck is you
As
talking
stated,
about?
no one gets left behind. The F-15E crew is still missing in action, requiring a massive JSOC raid the following night.
You know they were Iran was telling Iraq to have the United States pull out, right?
Yeah.
It was also hit during one of its mission sorties. To properly analyze this incident, you need to understand that there are two distinct types of missiles: radar-guided and heat-seeking. The F-35 was designed to be practically invisible to long-range radar, but it wasn't built to completely hide from heat-seeking missiles. So how exactly did Iran missile manage to bypass the stealth technology of the US F-35? Well, the secret lies in a major vulnerability that is its heat signature. Its geometry and radar-absorbent materials make its radar cross-section incredibly small, essentially rendering it invisible to traditional early warning and targeting radars. To give you some context, this is how a plane's radar signature compares to a bird's. But the F-35 is powered by a single Pratt & Whitney F135 engine, one of the most powerful fighter engines
They
in the
don't play with
world.
us.
The F-35 is heavily optimized to defeat radio frequency radar like the billion-dollar S-400 and S-300 missiles. However, stealth does not mean completely invisible. This engine produces a massive heat plume. Instead of using radar, modern air defense networks utilize infrared search and track systems. The answer is this short-range heat-seeking missile like this one. These passive sensors scan the skies for any heat anomalies. Because infrared search and track systems emit no energy themselves, the F-35's radar warning receivers would not alert the pilot that they were being painted by a target lock in the same way a radar lock would. But how did the missile lock, and how did the F-35 use evasive maneuvers? Once an infrared-guided missile is launched, the dynamic of the engagement changes to a race of physics and countermeasures. When the missile's IR seeker head locks onto the massive thermal output of the F-35's engine exhaust. But the detection, the F-35 is equipped with a distributed aperture system, 6 infrared cameras positioned around the aircraft that provide a 360-degree spherical view. The distributed aperture system detects the intense heat signature of the incoming missile's rocket motor and instantly alerts the pilot. To break the lock, the pilot executes high-G evasive maneuvers while simultaneously deploying flares. If the missile tracks the flares but is already within a lethal radius, its proximity fuse will trigger the warhead. The resulting shrapnel and shockwave can cause significant damage to the aircraft's control surfaces, stealth coating, or internal systems without scoring a catastrophic direct hit, which perfectly aligns with reports of the F-35 sustaining damage but safely executing an emergency landing. But what are flares? These pyrotechnic countermeasures are made of magnesium or other combustible metals that burn at temperatures exceeding the aircraft's engine heat. The goal of the flares is to overwhelm or confuse the missile's IR seeker, forcing it to chase the decoy heat sources instead of the jet. But what is Iran's
Oh, bro, don't
secret
fuck with
weapon?
us.
We believe it's the 358 anti-aircraft missile or the SA-67. The 358 is a unique hybrid between a loitering munition or kamikaze drone and a surface-to-air missile. But how does it
Fucking
work?
drone. We
It
handle
flies
this.
at slower subsonic speeds and can loiter in a designated airspace in a figure
shit go
8
crazy.
pattern until its optical and infrared
They
sensors
got some
detect a
shit
target.
towards the enemy, but not towards us.
If a 385 missile or a more advanced high-speed indigenous IR-guided surface-to-air missile
they got some gangsta
was guided
shit,
by
bro.
a
You
ground-based
fucking
IRST network,
Now for
it
us,
could
though.
engage the F-35 entirely within the infrared spectrum, bypassing the jet's radar-evading
Come on, bro. We just
capabilities
went in their country
entirely.
and rescued our.
This
our dude
incident
like-
challenges the long-held doctrine that fifth-generation fighters can operate with total
Usually they
impunity
had
in
them motherfucking
contested
hostage.
airspace, highlighting the evolving
Well, I can't
threat
hear you.
of infrared detection. But it has its advantages
you-
as it cannot
you can't hear
hit
me?
fighter jets far from its
Quiet as
radius
hell.
of launch system.